I've always had a dream. It is to travel through different cities in Malaysia. But the idea of spending days on the road, going from city to city, always felt overwhelming. So this dream just sat quietly on my bucket list and waiting. It wasn't until Luc came to KL that I found the spark. We decided to set off on a journey from the vibrant streets of KL to the cool highlands of Cameron and onward to the cultural heart of Penang.
August 2025.
Yeah, 3rd of August today. And then we are going to our trip
West.
We're going up north. Yeah, we're going up north. Yeah, here we go.
Off we go, Malaysia.
Instead of rushing along the highway, we chose the scenic country roads. Rolling hills, quiet small towns, and endless stretches of green unfolded before us, transforming the road itself into part of the adventure. So we have just arrived Tanjung Malim, and then we are heading to a restaurant for our breakfast now. The arrangers at the corner of the restaurant. So you were saying?
I think the bamboo along the street is very well done. Yeah, the local guy or woman in charge of the greenery of the Tanjung Malim, I think, has got a good idea about some kind of plantation, what plantation should be about, the flora and fauna in this little city of Tanjung Malim in Perak. Yeah.
So is that a little trees over there?
Filmed it outside. Thank you. Koi.
So, dry noodles, and this is soup noodles. Curry. And then these are the yong tau fu. Some of the yong tau fu, and then this is bean curd.
Yeah. What's in there?
This is just soup for the dry noodles.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought this is a good scene at the back.
Start off with the cemetery.
So we just drop our luggage to the hotel, then we are now heading to Mining Museum in Kampar to explore the history of mining industry here.
Very good.
Very good. Are you ready for some history lesson today?
I am. Are you?
I know all the history already lah.
You know.
I'm not really expert on that.
Where is the tin? Where do you find tin?
Under the ground?
Under the ground, is it? So you have to dig, or just dig a hole in the ground and extract tin?
Let's find out.
Is this where we go in?
Yep. This is the Kinta Tin Mining Museum in Kampar, Opened in 2012, the museum was founded by Tan Sri Hieu Sitong, a former tin miner, to preserve and showcase the rich history of tin extraction in the Kinta Valley. Outside, there are numerous displays of machinery and pumps. Where are the descriptions?
Will be inside.
Inside, you'll find an air-conditioned gallery featuring historical photographs, tin mining tools, and exhibits explaining various tin mining methods.
Right, we are in this tin mining museum up in Kampar, which is it's a small museum, but a very interesting one. Why is it so interesting? Not only because it tries to present to you the way that the tin was mined, but there is a much larger and a much bigger story to it than that. It is the presence of the Chinese community in Malaysia can be quite well explained by the tin mining industry up here in Kampar and in the entire state of Perak. We all know that human history is made up of migrations, of people migrating from one place where there is poverty to another place on this earth where there is some kind of richness. First of all, let's have a look at this scheme up here of the number of people, of the Chinese who were brought into Malaysia. Why were they brought into Malaysia? Because the ruler of this place, once he had discovered that there was tin, he needed laborers, he needed workforce, he needed to bring in cheap labor of people who could come and dig the tin in order to have a very wealthy industry up in this area of Malaysia. So it's just amazing to see how many Chinese people, Chinese laborers were brought in. At times there was years that over 200,000 people were brought in. Now, was it really a free choice of them? Folks, be aware of the following. It is that this was a slavery business. People were sold to come here. And this is just amazing that this happened over, let's say, 120, 130, 140 years ago, that there was slavery business on this scale in this country. It's quite a discovery, a shocking discovery to me to know this. So people were brought in, they were bought as slaves to come and work in this place. Just amazing. And there is a very nice Mandarin text up here, which I think we should film indeed, which explains this in a very good way. Well, I'm sorry to say I'm not able yet to read all of this, but my very dear and good friend Edward, he explained this to me. Bringing in of the Chinese people was a very lucrative business. They were sold, bought as slaves and brought up here in order to work in the mining communities. Nothing new under the sun. This has been going on and is still going on in the world. Well, there's less slavery, but the working forces today, even in this country of Malaysia, are people from Myanmar, are people from Bangladesh, are people from Nepal. Those who are living in poorer conditions, they are brought in indeed to do the hard labor in the country. This is human history. What is very interesting is to read through these rules and regulations, quite a bit linked to superstition, to misbeliefs, to all kinds of beliefs indeed. And I'm going to name only a few of them. One of the most amazing, I think, is that if you meet up with a snake, if you meet up with a turtle, if you meet up with a rat, if you meet up with a cat, please don't kill it. because they are the gods. They represent the gods, and you have to respect them fully. If you find a dead body, make sure that you're going to bury this person in a very proper way. You don't go in with shorts. You have to wear long pants. That's very clear. Indeed, pregnant women shouldn't go in there. You don't go in there with leather shoes. No way. That is no good. If within the mining itself, if there is a fire incident, if there is a fire is starting, this is a very good sign.
The first Chinese Bible translated by Robert Morrison, published in London. The museum does an excellent job interpreting the extensive history behind Perak's tin mining industry. The entrance fee is only 5 ringgit for adults and 2 ringgit for children, and is open daily from 9 to 5. We're here in this restaurant called Yao Ki. Their specialty is their curry chicken bun. There is this chicken covered by a big bun, and then they bake it. But because there are just 2 of us, so I don't think we can finish the bun. But I see some people, they are eating just 2 people with 1 dish. So we decided to go for the salted chicken instead. We are in the Catholic Church of Kampar. The Church of the Sacred Heart is a historic Catholic parish with roots stretching back more than a century. Founded in 1908, it began as a humble wooden chapel built by Father Chevers, serving a small but growing Catholic community in the heart of the tin mining region. Over the years, the church was rebuilt and relocated several times, often because mining activity disrupted the land and the expanding congregation required larger, sturdier grounds for worship. Today, the church stands along Jalan Iskandar, just off Kampar's main road. It remains a vibrant center of faith, uniting people from diverse backgrounds for worship, community, and spiritual growth. Hi everyone, we have driven 30 minutes from Kampar to Batu Gajah, to the famous Kellie Castle. So Kellie Castle is currently at my back here. If you can see, this is Kellie Castle. I've been here many times. I think this is my 5th time visiting, but Luc this year, but Luc has never been here. So personally, I think that this is a very worthwhile visiting attraction. So I want to introduce this to Luc and also people that has never been here before.
Welcome to Kellie's Castle, indeed, in the state of Perak in Malaysia. As you can see on the background, this castle is abandoned. There is no one living in it. And we wonder if ever someone has lived within it. Well, here we go. This is the story of Mr. Kellie, a Scottish fellow who, under the British rule in Malaysia, as you know, the British, they occupied this country for quite some while. And he was a guy who made it economically in this country with his rubber plantations and working within the mining industry, the tin mining industry up in this area, lovely area of Perak. Well, this guy, he decided to bring over his wife at the beginning of last century and built her a lovely place, a lovely castle. That's what he started to do in different styles. One can discern the Moorish style up here. You see a bit of Roman style as well at some of the arches of the doors, and quite a bit of the brick walls, beautiful. Unfortunately, as we all know, at the very beginning of the 20th century, there was an outbreak of the Spanish flu, which killed thousands and hundreds of thousands of people, and it delayed the works in here as well. And the poor Mr. Kellie, the Scottish guy, he had to travel in 1926 to Portugal, to Lisbon, and he got pneumonia, passed away. And this was the end of the castle. All works were stopped, and they never lived in it.
Beside the grand but unfinished Kellie's castle stands this yellow bungalow, the very first home William Kellie Smith built for his family, completed years before the castle itself. When we step into the castle's wine cellar, a strange sound echoed through the room, adding to the mysterious atmosphere of this place. Kellie's castle is open daily from 9:30 in the morning to 10 in the evening. Entrance fees vary by category. Occasionally, guided tours are available, but most visitors prefer to wander through the castle at their own pace.
Ugly, but time after time and through every turn in this life, I could use some stability. We fly and we fall, but we don't fall apart. Break after break, each piece of my heart. Lovers have come and lovers have gone, but you still feel like right when the whole world feels wrong. They say history repeats itself, but a memory is for the shelf. Well, I replay the moments and years of our
Tonglok.
Tonglok. So, how do you feel about Kellie Castle?
Quite impressed, really, with the architecture of the place, right in the middle of Perak, the state of Perak. Yeah, very happy to have seen it, to have seen and felt the different styles. It felt as being a wee bit in England or in Scotland, I think, in Malaysia. And I had a good feeling with it. Yeah, very good. And of course, the landscape viewing from the top of the castle is breathtaking. It's just amazing, yes.
Yeah, I do have to admit that I have visited several times, and every time I enjoy, just to be there and admire the incomplete building structure. Yeah, I think it's fun to even to observe that food is here. Now currently we're in a restaurant called Tonglok. There's a very high rating on Google review. So let's try their food. So this is vegetable. This is kangkong. This is their fried pork meat. Yeah. And then we have also ordered a dish of prawn. Yeah. The specialty of the prawn here is they have a pretty huge prawn, but today we go for the smaller one. Yeah.
River prawn.
They're both river prawn,
River
but
prawn.
Just different size. Yeah. So the big prawn is it's similar like the one that beside me right now, and then the smaller one it is at the back. Yeah.
It's their babies.
Yeah, maybe. So this is the big prawn. And this is a smaller one. All the ingredients are fresh, and overall we really enjoyed the dinner. But since we are more used to stronger flavors, the river prawns tasted a little bit mild for us. If we could change one thing, we would have paired the prawns with a bolder seasoning to bring out their flavor. Okay. Tucked away in the lush limestone hills of Perak, Gua Tempurung is one of the largest and most spectacular cave systems in Peninsular Malaysia. Stretching more than 4 kilometers, this natural wonder has been slowly carved out by underground rivers for millions of years. As you step inside, you're immediately greeted by towering chambers, shimmering stalactites, and dramatic rock formations. The cave's name, Tempurung, means coconut shell in Malay, inspired by the dome-shaped ceilings that resemble the inside of a coconut. There are 4 types of tours available at Gua Tempurung, each priced according to how deep into the cave you go. For the Golden Flowstone and Top of the World tracks, you can explore freely without a guide. The other 2 tours, however, require guided supervision and special safety gear. We chose the Top of the World track. Officially, it's listed as 1 hour 40 minutes round trip, but in our case, we completed it in just 40 minutes. The actual duration really depends on your pace and stamina, so you might finish much faster or take your time to enjoy the cave's details along the way.
So we'll go in there and we go for a rather easy walking climb, a dry one, and nothing adventurous, not too much, because I'm with this young man, so I have to take care of him, of course. No?
Excuse me? We'll be the first visitor for today. Okay, I think that's lucky. So it's 9:12, and then we'll be the first visitor for today. Yeah, Top of the World is the second easiest among the 4 tracks, so it doesn't require guide for us to do that. C'est parti!
Did you do any climbing in Malaysia? No, I didn't. Wow.
You need a little bit of breath.
Yes.
Why?
To rest a bit.
Because you've been singing in a cave.
Yes.
Who would do that?
I do.
Yeah, so now you need it.
It's a very natural cathedral where you can sing. And it sounds, doesn't it?
A little bit. So we are at the end of the track of Tour 2, which is the top of the world. So currently we are at the highest point of the Gua Tempurung, and then this is the view that we are seeing. Yeah, and then Luc just found out something that is very interesting here. So, where is it?
Cool. Well, look up there. You know, it looks like a statue. It reminds me a lot of the Acropolis in Greece, in Athens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where you get the 4 Kyriatides. Where you have the this looks rather like a man, but it could have been a woman, of course, you know, holding on to the ceiling, indeed, to heaven, supporting heaven. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
With a very natural stalactite and a stalagmite right next to it. It's beautiful, yes. Is there complete silence in this grotto? Nearly. One can hear a bit of water running somewhere. Probably downstairs, and the glittering of the sandstone just in front of us is beautiful. You know, you can see the glitters